It's an absolute bloodbath, sir. So I'm going to send the cavalry here. We're going to put an end to this. We're going to crush this rebellion hard. Greetings and welcome to episode 102 of my Empire Total War Darth Mod Great Britain campaign. This, my friends, how we left it last time. Before we start, my friends, I'd like to apologise for the lateness of this particular episode. It's been very, very busy, my friends, especially with the lead up to Christmas. But I'll try and improve the speed at which I get them out now, my friends. Hopefully for Christmas we'll see a few more episodes coming out of different things as well. But as you can see here now, we are at a vital juncture here within our campaign in this city. It really has been a brutal campaign, a lot of fighting, particularly here in the north. Although we did bring Genoa under our control, Milan has stubbornly held out here. They surrendered the city here without even so much as a shot being fired. Thankfully, that has actually proven beneficial to us, because you can see they've now brought in a very powerful force indeed here, or should I say this is already in place to hold Milan, probably to delay us. But when we break this defence here in the north, we'll mop up the rest of these forces here, and then we're going to move southwards to join up with our forces that have been entrenched in the south of Italy for so long, for many, many years. They really have been a sterling job there. They really have to hold those Spanish forces in place. But now the tables are going to turn. But before we get there, we're bringing in, look at this. This is the absolute cream of the crop here, my friends. Look at this, British Fusiliers. Absolutely wonderful. Look at that, British Marines as well, the Knock volley gun. Wonderful Swiss line, but look at the reinforcements. An absolute joy to see here. It really, really is. Of course, we've got Field Marshal Ernoch here as well, so we've got to absolutely bring him to the fore. But look at these forces. It's an absolute wonder. General Lincoln, of course. Look at that. That is General Charles as well. The three sort of main commanders here that really have driven this campaign forward with great pace. Now, General Ernoch's forces here are in good stead here. Now we're just going to bring, I think probably if we have the cavalry coming in first. Look at that, we even got Royal Cuirassiers, what a wonder. And Horse Guards, the absolute pinnacle here. What a wonder, look at that. The absolute pinnacle here of our cavalry. I think we'll bring in the Marines before we bring in the Guards. Yep, let's have Marines here. Oh, look at that, that's an absolute wonder. The Marines really have done a sterling job. We'll have the other cavalry coming in just behind. Here the Cuirassier. Guns, which of course, even if you put the guns last, they seem to somehow come in first. I don't understand that, but I think we've got the Irish Rifles here, the Connaught Rangers, so we'll bring in the Guards next. Then the Hessian Jaeger, and look at that, that's a wonder. That should be enough. I mean, look at this. It's an absolute wonder to see. It really, really is. What a wonderful force. And again, we've got this excellent force here as well. Not of the same calibre as the others, but they're still packed here with some. Look at that, look at the green jackets. Look at the melee defence. Even then, it's 13. Wonderful. Right. Let's take the fight here, my friends. Lots of Fusiliers, plenty of Scottish Line Infantry as well. But the Fusiliers really are, and also the Ferguson Riflemen as well. They are snipers effectively, so what a wonder. Plenty of cannon as well, which they are lacking. They do have the 4-inch mortar, but we should, and also we do have one regiment of cavalry here, which is a little bit disconcerting, but we'll have to use this gentleman here to our best of our advantage. They do have Royal Cuirassiers themselves, and also Carbineers and Provincials, so we'll hold back our cavalry, and they got Horse Grenadier Guards as well, but very light reinforcements, just 2 regiments. We'll hold back our cavalry. We'll go on the defensive here, but we are, because luckily this city does not have any defences at all. So we're gonna strike hard here. We're not gonna go on the defensive. We're gonna strike hard here on the assault. Let's do this, my friends. Let's assault Milan. Let's take it from them. Let's take it from the Spanish. At last, we're bringing the fight to them. We just as the council was saying, we just got things on the board. We have to also be mindful of what we got. Our sort of naval resources will have to be moved on. General Couch, Michael, really has come up with a wonderful plan here to how to sort of keep our ports open without having to commit a great deal of our navy there to it. So we're going to install that plan as well. Probably next episode. This episode will probably be taken up with this battle here, but the next episode then, if we don't have any more battles, we will then implement the council's plans. There's been some really fantastic advice and suggestions. It really has some real plans and tactics here. But look at this. Now it's absolutely bucketing down here. Look at this. The topography of this battlefield is not too bad at all. It's actually more akin to, I would say, almost like a British battlefield, to be honest with you. Plenty of hills, plenty of trees, lots of little forests dotted around here. And our deployment zone is actually larger than that of the Spanish. As you can see here, we overlap them here on the left, there, right. And I'm assuming, yes, indeed, but again, you've got this town, this city here, that really is an absolute menace here on your flanks. We've got to avoid that at all costs, because all you're going to do is it's going to absolutely break up your advance a great deal. So we'll just cover this slightly here, but I really like to keep. We might send out the Fusiliers here to fight. Excuse me, my friends. We might send out the Fusiliers out here to fight, because you can see they've got a lot of experience here. Now, the Ferguson Riflemen would also be one to look at. We've got plenty of cannon here, plenty of fire support. Let's bring the cavalry up here. Look at that. That is a wonder. These gentlemen really are some of the finest snipers we have. And I'm assuming here as well, yes indeed. Excuse me, my friends, that cleared my throat too many times there. Right, let's set this. We got the knock volley. Now if they get close, they'll do some serious damage. We might put them in one of the wooded areas here, but there's not really anything on the front lines, as it were. We'll just pull them back here just so we can consider our options. Look at the sheer scale of the firing arc here, and the distance these riflemen can fire. My goodness me, they can pick you off at a couple of 100 yards. The same here. I'm just going to pull them back here. We might send them out with the Fusiliers. We might leave the Scots line infantry in defence to guard the cannon, as it were. So let's just grab these gentlemen here. Look at that. Some of them are very, very experienced indeed. We'll just pull them back here, just for the moment. Just for the moment. Just look at that. I mean, look at that. That is a wonder. Now, here's the British Royal Grenadiers. We've got Swiss as well. The Grenadiers do look absolutely fabulous. They really, really do. Look at that. My goodness me. And the Swiss as well, who really are as tough as nails. Now, let's get the Fusiliers. I think, consider we've got this flank here pretty much covered by this small town, large town, should I say. I think the left flank will be our best bet to strike against. That'd be a very powerful push on the left flank here. And also we have the cover of the trees here. We might send. We've got Fusiliers. We've actually got Grenadier Guards here, which I didn't even realise. But of course, there they are. There. Oh, There's Fusiliers. Fusiliers. Grenadier Guard. Look at that. That is fabulous. What a wonderful sight. That's a very powerful strike group, as it were, that'll attack that flank. We might send, I think we are definitely going to send the riflemen out as sort of foraying in the front here of them, just to scout ahead here. Look at their range, it's extraordinary. So we might put them in the edge of this forest here and just let them pick off a few of the units. We've got the cavalry here as well, which we might also, we've got to be careful. We might put the cavalry in here just for the moment time. We've got the knock volley. Let's just set these gentlemen back a little bit here. We'll put them into their own distinctive groups here. Better fire support, better fire control. Now the Swiss line infantry, I think we'll keep them back, because we are going to be up against quite a strong push by the Spanish. If they decide to move out against us, we need strong defences here. That's a wonder. Now the knock volley, I think we'll just put up on the hill here, just in here. Unless they can they be hidden here? I wonder. No, they can't. That's a shame. What about in here? No, they can't hide, which is a little bit of a shame. For that case, we'll put them in here, because if they get close, they're going to give a very devastating volley. If anybody gets close to them, I know they're slow to reload, but my goodness me, look at that. That first volley would be absolutely brutal. Scottish Line Infantry here. And we'll have these are really our experienced unit here, so they're going to have a high stand. It's going to take a lot for them to be moved. Got a good fire arc of fire here as well. And we've got this other Scottish, because of course we've got to be careful here that we don't get sort of bogged down in fighting around the town here. If they try moving, we might just seal off the front here with another regiment. Another regiment here will stretch us as far as we can, because we are going to come under severe pressure if the Spanish move out against us. That's just going to be a fact, my friends. That's a good defensive line we've built up here, at least. I think we should be okay here. We've got the general here. I think we'll keep the cuirassiers back, just in case we get flanked here. But I think what we will do is we'll put the Scottish Line Infantry here, just to protect our flank here in the town. You never know; they might try and flank us. We can always close the door, as it were, here, and also use the cuirassier to help us. Just defend the flanks. But this is a powerful strike group here, very powerful indeed. Now, first of all, let's unlimber. Let's not make the mistake that we normally do. And we're going to have quick line, which should stretch into their deployment zone. Oh, that's a wonder. And also we should have shrapnel shot, which, oh, look at that, just about clips them there. We'll see if there's any of them in the front there. There might not be. We'll put them on round shot to start with, because that'll reach a good distance here. And we've got these gentlemen as well. We've got to watch out for those mortars, and mortars will absolutely butcher us. But okay, we've got to be careful we don't get split by this small mound here. I think we're good to go here. They've got a 4-inch mortar, so we've got to be careful there. But we're going to get stuck into them here. We really are. Let's begin this fight, my friends. I think we're ready to go here. Let's do this. Would you look at that? Oh, look at that. Come on, gentlemen, get those stakes in the ground. Here they come, here they come. Oh, goodness me. Oh, look at that. So that's steady now. Get those grenadier guards, get them. What did they think would happen? What did they think would happen here? this is an absolute obliteration. Oh my gosh, look at these mortars, they're an absolute bane. Look at the distance these can fire, it's extraordinary. So we've got to stay here and defend. Looks like they've come on full onto us here. Oh my goodness me, that's a monstrous shot there. Oh, what a shot. Look at this, they're gonna, oh my goodness me, they're gonna pay for it. They've got, look at that, on the stakes, look at that, they've been absolutely mauled. I think it's time we took the fight. Oh, mind you, look at Cavaliers. The fire support here has been exceptional. Could have put the stakes down here, but they didn't get that far. These have been an absolute menace, this mortar really has. Got to deal with that pretty sharpish, I think. Let's send this gentleman around here. It's what time we dealt with that, I think. Oh my goodness me. Took my eye off the ball there a bit, haven't I? Oh. On this flank here has been a bloodbath, but they've really hit us hard here. With that mortar's been an absolute menace. Got them. Double time! Oh, look at this flank here. It's been absolutely mauled. Oh my goodness. We've smashed the Spanish forces here, my goodness me. Ooh. Well, get them, lads, get them. Get him, lads. What the blazes is going? The Swiss line entry is broken. Okay, that's how we want to play it. account for themselves. Yes. What? How the blazes did that happen? It must have been on some kind of defences. Yes, it was. Look at that. We've lost them on the defences there. Oh my goodness me. What an oversight on my part. Wow. Look at that Swiss light infantry. They buckled so quick. Oh, lads, look at that, they held wonderfully here. Oh, right down them. Over there, buckling. You've got to look at that. What a wonderful... That was a wonderful battle for us. Oh my gosh. We absolutely eliminated and mauled the Spanish fortress army here. My goodness me. What a fight that was. Look at this here. What a fight that was. The Spanish threw everything they could as they just could not break that. Yes. What a battle that was, my friends. Wow. We absolutely threw them. They threw the kitchen sink at us there. Look at this. We lost nearly 1,000, but they lost all... They lost 4,000. They lost nearly 4,000 men. Look at that. Scottish Line Infantry, 328 kills. That is a wonder. Look at that experience there. My goodness me. Proper veterans there. Proper veterans. Wow. Oh. The city's ours. We do have this army here now to dispose of. I think... Yes, Lombardy is ours. Oh my goodness me. What a fight that was. This army did come in here, the general at least. But General Unok here, his forces are looking absolutely magnificent here.
Ready for order. Your humble.
I think we might send in General Lincoln here. Here's Field Marshal. No, this is Field Marshal. That's General Charles. So this is Field Marshal.
Ready and awaiting orders.
Field Marshal Unok's force here. I think we're sending General Lincoln here to dispose of La Spezia here, the force in this town here. That would open up the entirety of this front then. We would then be able to move in behind. Are they replenished yet? Not fully, but almost. Oh my goodness me, that took a real battering, that army there. But so did the Spanish. This will be quite the battle here to take the city here, especially with the defences they've got around them and these additional forces here. But to be honest with you, with the number of troops we've got here, we should be able to do it. But these troops are in... Oh, not in the... Actually, this army's at full strength, which is just as well. But we have suffered quite a lot of casualty here in Naples. And we've also got the Spanish army behind us, which we'd have to send an army to deal with, and that's a powerful force as well. But I think we might also just dispose of this army here as well, I think. It's got some more a lot of cavalry, but I think we're going to send in General Charles here. Let's first of all replenish here. We did lose 2 regiments here, which is a real shame there, my goodness me. What did we lose? We must have lost the... Did we lose? Oh, no, we lost some Scottish Line Infantry by the looks of it. Oh, that's a shame there. And let's just repair this Get some garrison guards here to fill that back in, but
At your service.
I think we'll just send the spy down this way though, just to make sure we're not going to be caught up by anything here. That's at full strength now here. General Charles's forces at full strength. Almost. We need additional forces here. Only when we get to Rome here, I think we can properly replenish. They do have the Army Staff College here, which will give us additional forces here we can recruit. Ah, look at those. Bringing in some of the heavy guns here, aren't they? By the looks of it. Indeed, sir. I think we'll just remove that last
Yes, sir.
army here that's blocking our final route into central Italy here. We'll La Spezia, I think we'll clear the town here, and then we've opened ourselves up here to taking all of Italy, or the mainland of Italy anyway at the very least, and we'll deal with this one here in Siracusa. This force here as well will be dealt with. Probably send 2 armies to make sure we deal with it properly. Then all of Italy. But look at the strategic options we have, the tactical options as well. Along here, the Adriatic coast, this coast here, this side of it, is these hours. Which means if the Poles jump or move on us, we can then jump across into the Balkans and start to undermine all of their positions here in the Balkans. My goodness me, what a wonder that'll be. And of course, we're at peace with Venice, but it looks like they're being shored up as well by the Poles as well, potentially. But they're not in the best of shape themselves either. So if we could take Venice, it would also give us the ability then to move in and around and threaten Vienna. Because we are at war with Russia at the moment, but look what Sweden are doing. Sweden are absolutely taking everything. Wow. Sweden are just surrounding Moscow effectively. Oh, Sweden have taken Stockholm back. They've retaken Stockholm. Oh, that is a wonder. That is a wonder. Look at that. They're trading back. Oh, they're not. No, it's damaged. Oh, that's a shame. But they've retaken Stockholm. Oh, that's a magnificent sight. But I think, with that in mind now, and to celebrate our erstwhile allies who've stayed with us all this time, and they're also taking the pressure off us with Russia as well, I think we will take La Spezia. Let's do this, my friends. Let's take the fight to them here. Let's not shirk away here from this fight. Yeah, General Lincoln. Let's send General Lincoln in. Look at the force. My goodness me.
Ready for battle.
And we've got this force here as well. Should be at full strength. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we need to. Some of these will need full replenishing here. That's okay. That's it. We could even use this army here. Mind you, these Marines aren't at full strength. We might just end the turn here. They might push back out of here, in which case we can deal with them in our own time here. They might push back into central Italy. If that's the case, then it'll give us time to move our forces, get our forces up to full strength, and even move into Spain proper, which we have done. We're moving here through Andorra, this sort of hills here. Oh, we're almost touching distance of Madrid. My goodness me. Also, we've got to move these naval forces we have. We have had some wonderful advice from the council, particularly General Couch, which we will do. Let's end the turn here first, though. 22,939. Our tax income is pretty good here at the moment. Our trade is suffering a little bit here. That's probably why, because the Mughal Empire is being struck. By whom? I can't see who it is, but it must be one of the trade hubs. Now, in the United States, there was some call from the council as well that we'd aid the United States, because you can see here, they've got plenty of forces here to deal with the Quebec problem they have. I think they could probably deal with the Quebecians, perhaps? Why don't you look at that? Guard the call. I think we could see perhaps the US move against them. If we find they're in trouble, because look at that, they've moved this force down here, Quebec. So on harassment here, that's a long way from home. But look at this, they have to be careful here. We're also at war with Louisiana for some reason. I've got no idea why. Russia has also a whole foothold here in Upper Louisiana. Some strange goings on. Venice. But our main goal here is just what's happening in Italy. That's our main goal. We can then decide what we want to do. Let's send the Turnium around to see what happens here. But to see what Sweden has done, that's extraordinary. Here they come, here they come, here they come. I wonder if they're going to force us into battle here. Ah, they've pushed away as we suspected. Yes, there it is. They're reinforcing now central Italy. Poland. That's a huge force, Poland. Oh my goodness me. That's a huge force. My goodness, look how many troops they've got. That is staggering. I wonder what will happen if we take Italy entirely. Will they then move against us? There's every chance they might do. But hopefully Sweden can get their act together here. It's Poland. Massive forces they've got here. They're taking their time here to decide what they want to do. That's because they've got so many troops. It'll be interesting to see what Russia does, because they're now being... Moscow is effectively being surrounded by Sweden. As you can see, they're sort of moving their forces sort of, I think, to consolidate the front they've got with us. Also, we want to, as many of the council are saying, to free up the money which I've sort of effectively put aside here in the bank as sort of an anti-bankruptcy money, to free that up to be able to build the forts along the front line here. Because if our ports get hit by enemy, then we effectively go bankrupt. It's as simple as that, and that's why I wanted this money as a security. But as the council have said, if we position our fleets in a certain way, in the proper positions, that won't happen. We'll be able to guard against that happening, which means that money will be then freed up for us to build the forts along the frontier. Because if we can snare them on a heavily fortified front, it'll consume a huge amount of these Polish armies, at least enough time for us to gear a counterattack from the forces that are arrayed here in Italy. And if we can take Madrid proper, my goodness me, what a boon that would be. It really would. But as you can see, that's how many forces the Poles have got. It's taking that long for them to decide what to do and where to move. Mostly around Berlin. Just got to watch those movements here, because they also seem to be moving forces deeper into the Balkans as well. Remember, this used to be our territory at one point, where we were pinned back here. If it hadn't been for the council, we would probably have lost this campaign a long time ago. But they said to Mala, you've got to move out of here, you've got to take... We struck against France, took Paris, took Amsterdam, took all the other cities, and here we are now, one of the strongest empires now in the world. We've also controlled, as you can see, Egypt and the port. Our trade is decent, not amazing, but it's decent to say at least. But if we could take any of these here, if we could take the Balkans from the Poles, or even take Madrid and Lisbon, my goodness me, imagine that. Imagine the power that would open up for us to have Paris, France and Spain under our control. The economic boon from that would be huge, let alone the production facilities available. And if we took Italy, if we took Rome as well, 3 of the most powerful production and economic centres in all of Europe, that would be incredible. Because of where we started from, let's see what Russia does here. This will be intriguing to find out, because you can see here, they still control here. And also we've got to try and break into these trade hubs at some point. How we do that I don't know, but we'd have to get a fleet into here at some point. Because it's feeding their economy quite aggressively, those trade ports. I say well done, Sweden. Well done, sir. Without any help at all, they've managed to retake their homeland. They might put, yeah, I thought so. Yeah, Sweden's starting to strike out on Louisiana. What will they do, Louisiana? Don't even think about it. Look at that. Would you believe it? Would you look at that? They've gone for Newfoundland. Wow. I wonder who's going to join them. Well, Spain will definitely call, because they're already at war with Spain. But will Poland now take the opportunity? Look at that. Look at that. Venice have declared war upon us. And so be it, sir. Then so be it. No, they won't. Poland won't take that step. United States, come on now. Come on now, sir. They're consolidating their forces here. Could be one final push against Quebec. What a wonder that would be. Yeah, look at this. That's a huge amount of forces they've got here. Wow. They have to strike against Quebec here. Yeah, it looks like they're going for it. That's good to see. United States sorting out its backyard, as it were. Quebec, what will they do? Nothing at all. That's absolutely fine. What we're not going to have, though, is we're not going to have that raiding. What is it? I think we'll deal with these here. I think we'll send these here to deal with it.
Undaunted, undefeated.
In they go, we shall replenish them. They've more than done their duty here. Look at that. What a wonder that was. So that's been dealt with. We shall repair this. 1647, 21,000 here. Ooh. Oh, look at that. Diplomacy +4. Oh, that's an excellent Chancellor of the Exchequer. Even better. Look at that. That's a wonder. Secretary of War, fantastic. Attacks Darcy Newbury. Ooh. That should help improve. Indeed it has. These gentlemen here. It looks like we might have a rebellion here. Yeah, we might not. It's more like it.
At the ready.
And let's just put that. Now they're more than happy for us to be here. Those forces can stay there for the moment. All at full strength. Look at this. We are now moving down. We have the Venetians at war with us now, which means we might even move against the capital here. We might take 2 armies from here and move against Venice, and move the remainder of an army group into here. Savoy. What I'm concerned about though is this here. That's not acceptable by any means. So of course we've got these here. We're bringing this under attack here.
Swine rot in the sty.
Alas, we don't have any combat fleets in here, which is a little bit of a menace, to be honest with you. I wonder if we move a combat fleet into the New World. I think the way things are at the moment, we might just do that. I think we're going to send this force here. Yeah, we're going to send this force into the New World. I think that's the way we're going to be, yes. This is going to go in and deal with whatever's coming our way. To deal with Louisiana, let's send them into the New World. We've got them there, they just sat there, let's make use of them. Our first sort of proper foray navally into the New World. There's, look at that. Just avoid them, just avoid them. What the blazes is going on here? Thank you, gentlemen. Wow. Now, we just have these gentlemen here as well. We'll reorganise.
Ready for action.
Reorganise our fleets here to guard the entrances here. It's also here as well, but I think we need a fleet here as well, as has been asked of us to do, to control the sort of the North Sea English Channel here. So what we will do is just put Louisiana here. So we'll hit Louisiana here as well. That's more like it. That'll also protect Greenwich as well. We might put together another task force here as well. Hope we've done that right as the council has requested. Ooh, wait a minute.
Yes, my lord.
Would you look at that? We can actually besiege the capital here.
Yes, sir.
Surely not. Let's just move out of the mountains just briefly here. Just so we can give ourselves a little bit more space.
On, sir.
Yeah, you can reach it.
Forwards. March. March.
We can actually attack.
Sir. Your orders, sir.
We can't now at the moment because we've moved.
Your orders.
But I think we might do is we might seize the bridge here so they can't move across. We've got Sweden here, which is besieging this line here, which is really hurting the Spanish. This will be the biggest fight here. Oh my goodness me! Look at that. And they've also got an army. And they've got an army in the ships in the fleet here. Got to be careful. The Spain don't sort of drop an army into Britain here, because they're more than capable of doing so. And they've got a lot of forces in and around here as well. They really have, and they've also started to move against us here. Nothing too to worry about. I think this force here has got more than enough in it to keep them at bay. But I think we're gonna take the crossing here.
Make ready. Your humble. Ready and
Look at
awaiting
that.
orders.
I think we'll use this force here to move in, just past, into sort of into Spain proper, as it were, just on the outskirts of Madrid.
Make ready. March.
Got to make sure they're supported at all times here.
Onwards. Sir. Your orders.
We've crossed over now, so we should be able to strike now next turn against Spain, against Madrid. Oh my gosh, if we take Madrid, what a fight that would be. That's almost gone here, but Clamor Reform is very high indeed. We'll just keep an eye on what's going on here as well. That's an absolute boon. But I think I'll wait for the council's advice. Do we strike against Venice? Once these are replenished here, do we move against Venice? Because they're not going to move out of here. They've pretty much hunkered down here in Rome. So they're sort of turtled up in Rome here on a full defensive footing. Now all our forces here are at full strength, which means they're probably going to strike us from the rear here. But we are prepared to meet that.
Yes, sir. Sir.
And also keep our forces intact to strike against these forces here, like in a two-pronged attack. But do we send two armies to deal with Venice? This won't be the end of Venice, because they've also got territory in the New World, if I'm not mistaken. here. So they've got Rupert's Land. So that might not be the end of them, but do we then take this, clear them out, and then send the remaining sort of army group down here into Rome, and then strike with an army group here as well into Rome and take this? It's going to be a brutal, my goodness me, the brutality of this battle will be extraordinary. It really, really will. But that is the fight we've got to take, my friends. This is why we're here. We have to do what is necessary. We've also got the army group here barreling into Madrid very, very soon. But, my friends, I'm going to end this episode here. I just want the council's advice on what we do here in terms of Venice and Rome. Do we send 2 forces to deal with Venice so we can effectively kill one bird with 2 birds with 1 stone, as it were? So we kill, destroy, take Venice. I mean, imagine, look at the capital here. Another huge production, and not so much an economic powerhouse, because I don't know what they're doing with their economy there. It's not the best, is it? Let's be honest. But we could probably turn it into that. And they've got a trade port here. But it also would give us access strategically, tactically, into the Balkans, as I've said before. And also, we have, look at that, good grief, 7,000 there to repair that port. We're not going to worry about that just yet. And we have to repair that as well. We can repair this also. The factory here and the vineyard as well. So that's all being repaired here in Sicily. But I'm going to wait for the council's advice here. What we do we just, what we don't want to be is flanked by the Venetians as we move into Rome. We don't want to be flanked when them starting to come along and taking all our territories. So do we move 2 armies into Venice, and at the same time move an army group down here to strike into Rome? Because this has been the key all along. This has been the goal all along here, is Rome. And this is why we've set these forces here to start with. Let's repair all these buildings as they've destroyed along the way here. Because this is the final battle now for Italy. We've got to the point now where we're even threatening the Spanish capital here. And to be honest with you, this is not going to stop us. The force they've got here is not going to stop us at all. Even if they send forces from Portugal, I don't think they can be able to stop us. I think we may have finally cracked the Spanish. And my goodness me, but then again, they've got Iceland as well, so we've got to be careful of that as well. We've got to keep our eyes on the ball here. Let's quickly check what's going on here. So they've got this here. So this was Karelia. So this is Karelia they still hold. They haven't moved down into here yet. Mind you, the Russians do still control a huge, vast territory. They really do, but it's fantastic to see the Swedes just really taking the fight back to them. And, oh, look at that. They've got some money coming in as well, which is excellent. It really, really is. But, my friends, I'm going to end this episode here, waiting for your advice. I might just tweak this naval positioning here. I know the council did advise us to move and sort of keep things, keep the English Channel sealed off, keep the North Sea sealed off here, keep the Bristol Channel also sealed off, so we don't have enemies slipping by us here and sort of threatening our trade lines. Because even though up here as well in Glasgow, that would probably need a force up here as well, and a naval position up here, which I think we'll probably do. Let's just reposition these gentlemen here as well. 25,000, that's okay. But, my friends, I'm going to end this episode here. Again, thank you for your wonderful advice, your wonderful support, and everything. All the tactical, strategic planning you've given me has been absolutely wonderful. I hope you've enjoyed this episode thus far, my friends, and also this campaign. Plenty more to come, my friends. Plenty more to come. And as always, please be safe, my friends, especially the time we're living in at the moment. It's not good at the moment, my friends. But anyway, please be safe. But until next time, bye for now.